Hello, good afternoon, traders. This is Baja Pips. Today is Monday, December 18th, 2023. It is 12:52 p.m. Eastern China Time, and this is going to be one of my last weekly technical breakdowns of the year. We have about 2 weeks left of this year, and then it'll be over. So I'm going to break down the charts like I usually do, but I'm also going to just spread some awareness and some messages at the end of the video for y'all that are staying tuned until the end. I appreciate your patience. Should take about 15 to 20 minutes of recording. And I'm going to get started right now. As usual, I'm going to start off with the economic calendar. I want to see what we have in the week ahead, and I'm going to go from there. So I'm looking for interest rates. That usually happens every 6 weeks, or any specific high impact news that may alter the pairs that I'm trading. There's Eurozone CPI for November, which is in about one day. That could play an effect on price. As far as day trading goes, I'm not too concerned about CPI when it comes to swing trading because it usually has a bigger effect on the smaller time frames. We can have CPI announcements and the market can move about 30, 40 pips within a minute or two. So that usually just something I look out for on the smaller time frames. But when we're looking at the 4 hour or above CPI, it could just be a part of the regular movement. So no big deal on that. But that is in one day. So if I am trading any euro based pairs, I'm gonna just look into that. Maybe there's no setups until after tomorrow. There's Canada CPI as well, so CAD pairs. So Euro in Canada has CPI tomorrow. Just skimming through the market, seeing these inflation for GBPs in 2 days. Once again, it's not interest rates. Inflation is high impact news. It is a major announcement, but once again, unless I'm day trading GBP, it's not a huge deal for me. Thursday, okay. This is right before Christmas as well, so looks like a normal week to me. There's a couple alerts. That's Friday. Okay. So that is Monday through Friday. And then we have Sunday. And then next Monday, of course, is a bank holiday. I do believe that starting this Friday all the way through maybe the New Year's, the markets may not be as active. So this may actually be my last weekly technical breakdown, seeing the calendar and knowing that we are at the end of the year. I don't really want to trade after Christmas. I'm actually going on break myself. So, hey, this is the last one of the year. So let's look at what's going on. So I'm going to be starting from the left, making my way to the right. Euro USD is one of those pairs I do not swing trade because I save it strictly for day trading. I don't like to have a longer term bias when I'm day trading pairs. And if I do swing trade Euro USD, it may attach a longer term bias, even though I'm trying not to have one. And that may alter my performance. So I leave this one strictly for scalping. US 30, we can see my entry and exit. We can see my orders from last week. It's from the previous video. You all already know that the US 30 did hit its profit target, and I got out right before high impact news. There was some FOMC, and I wanted to get out of my trades because the broker that you're looking at right now is actually going to disqualify me, and I would lose my account because I'm taking a specific challenge. And to prevent that from happening, I normally just get out of trades before FOMC or interest rates because those can send a shockwave through the markets, which does alter the um, actual performance of the stock or the pair that I'm watching. So I got out of that a little bit early, but as you can see, it did hit the profit target exactly to the T as I described in the previous video of last week's technical breakdown. So those of you that held, congratulations on your could have been a 6R target if you held it from a smaller time frame. From this time frame, I showed y'all right here the exact same markups from the last video too. 1.28%. It went up over 2.5 times what the risk was, and that was awesome. I collected a little much less than that, but I'm glad that I was able to help a lot of you out. Bitcoin, it has reached a topping point. I'm not sure if we're going to see another Bitcoin rise for the year. It could continue to rise, but we just had a recent strong rally from 38,000 all the way to 44,000. So it looks like it's just taking a break. It's going through a pullback as normal. Price pairs do go through pullbacks. It's just a normal ebb and flow of market structure. It's not crashing, even if it does have a decline. I marked this off before the video 38,171, right around that zone below. That might be a little profit target for some sellers. Like I said, there's a lot of people that want to buy at tops, and that's just not how the market works all the time. So they may be suffering. And then there's a lot of pessimistic people that just want to see things go down. I don't know. That's just their mood. Maybe they have a bad day or week or whatever, and they hate Bitcoin now or cryptos, and they just want to see it all crash. But there's people projecting 20,000s and below. And to me, this is common sense. It's on a strong rally northbound. I can draw a trend line just for y'all to see that can't see what an uptrend is. You can see I didn't even try to adjust it to fit. I just marked a common uptrend. We can see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Bang, low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This could be higher low, or it could just be a potential false break of that trend line. And if it is, hey, we might see lower price. It could just be a discount buying opportunity for bulls. So you have to view the market from a neutral standpoint. Instead of saying it's crashing because it does not look like it's crashing, it could just be a short term temporary correction or discount buying in the future. That's the way I'm seeing it. Now, of course, if there's a stronger correction and it passes the 20,000s, gets into 31,000, 29,000, and beyond, we may be seeing a stronger correction, maybe even the start of a bear market again. But we are far away from those prices. So I do believe Bitcoin will recover in the near future. But as of right now, I'm staying in cash, not touching this pair. It does not make sense for me. Get on to the next one. Here we have Volkswagen. It looks like a nice potential bullish rally to the north side. I just don't like the way these gap. Sometimes, it's the European market. It's a part of the London Stock Exchange. So of course, this does not open until London markets open. And the way it gapped up and it closed, to me, I don't like this type of pullback. I do believe that if we do pass 118.35 on the open this morning, when London opens, we may start to see a nice bull rally going as far as 122, 125. I don't know. I'm not predicting. I'm just projecting what I see, but this is not a type of pattern I like just because we've had little minor pullbacks and pauses in this recent rally before this pullback from 111.60 to 118 has been a little weak. So I do not want to enter this as of right now. I'm going to just wait for a better confirmation. So I'm not going to trade Volkswagen, but it is nice seeing that it is going on up. In my previous videos, I did say that Volkswagen is not crashing and we could be seeing a new bull rally emerge. I would just have to wait for the buyers to step in to determine my decision. GBP USD looks pretty bullish today so far. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour has shown that price is now rallying to the upside, but this pullback is a little bit too deep for me. And the trigger that's getting on in is a little bit late. You see, right here around the 15th, price had a false breakout northbound, very similar to Bitcoin, and then it rejected that, and we see nothing but a strong decline back into the former range of right here. I'm gonna just mark it off. We have a medium term range. It's been going on since late November. Y'all can see price has been bouncing on back and forth in between up, down, up, and we just rejected back into that range. So for me, that pullback is a little bit too deep. If it was pulling back and we triggered on outside of 27,400, 500 ish, then maybe I may have considered a buy. But this is just not my type of scenario. It's a little too deep, a little bit too risky for trend continuations. I'm going to leave this one alone, and I'm going to look for better setups. US dollar CHF, same thing has happened. Well, something is happening here. We had a false breakout to the downside. Now we're coming back into that medium term range right here. As you can see, there's a range around 88,200 highs, and I can go as far as saying that the range started way up here. So this could be good buying opportunity. I do see a reversal bottom in play right now, but the sellers were just a little too strong for the buyers coming in right now. So it could just be a bunch of chop. And unless I've seen strong participants in bulls before this pattern set up, I would be interested. But right now, I don't really see strong buyers. It is a reversal back into that former range. The lows of that range was at 86,000, around there, 86,632. But we have now made lower swing lows. Does not mean that we're going down, and the wave size of these sellers just got weaker. When we're looking right here, this is my first time looking at these pairs too, so that's why I'm analyzing it in front of you all, because hey, I want to show y'all transparency, how I get ready for my swing trades every week. It's not rocket science, it's just practice and preparation, and this is just what I do. I enjoy what I do. My videos aren't as exciting. I'm not jumping into crazy huge money trades and making money like right in the video, and that's all falsified, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Let's stick to the technicals. We had about a 80 pip drop followed by a less than 20 pip drop before this started moving back up. So the sellers actually started losing steam and they're exhausted. That's what it's telling me. I'm going to leave it alone. US dollar Canada, we have a nice thrust to the downside, and I really do like this short. I may actually be interested in a sell opportunity on this pair. There's just one little issue. There was like a false pullback. Show y'all right now. Right around here, 15. There was just a weird little drop pullback, but it was irrelevant to me. And so I'm not really worried about that. It looks like there was a weaker drop right there before another pullback. And now we have another drop that's already experiencing a pullback. So this could be losing steam. Unless I see a good setup on the 5 minute in just a moment, I will leave this one alone It has been dropping, but the sellers have been getting weaker, is what it's indicating. And I don't want to just jump in out of excitement. We do have some high impact news in a couple of days, like y'all seen earlier in the video on the economic calendar. So I'm going to be just taking my time on this pair. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. Exactly what I mean. I don't really like this. We have nice trend continuation south, but I'm a little late. Like I said, it's about 1:11 p.m. current time right now, and I should have been in this trade from 10 o'clock. So I need to just rewind price back to when I would hypothetically should have entered. I woke up a little bit late this morning. I had a long night last night. I was busy typing up a blog. It's going to be actually be available in the description box below when I'm done posting it. So those of you that are interested in seeing my trade from November, my day trades, you all can see that with detail and description and everything from my execution to the notes, the trade management. I'm fully transparent in my trading. So those of you that are interested to see my style of trading and see my winners and losers, you can see my month of November day trades. Description will be below. Let's get back to this. So 1:11, we had 12:11, 11:11, 10:11. So this is about 3 hours ago. We're looking at the 5 minute chart. So we're going to look about 150 bars back. Could 160, 70, you know what I mean. Let's take a look. Apologize for that. Not 150. I mean 30, 40 bars. It's early, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is where I would have been in on this trade. And yeah, it has been dropping. And it's not a bad short. Um, just let y'all know I could enter a sell on this. It is valid. Um, like I said, this would have been about 3 hours ago. I would have been in this trade and I would be in the money. Do I see a good setup? Yeah, I do. Um, and I would like to be in this trade right now, but I'm gonna trail my stop loss. It's gonna be have to be where the original stop was or around that price. So about 133.885, about right around daily highs, is where I would need to place my stop loss because I'm a little bit late to this. I do believe it may continue on a further decline south. That's just me. Let me pause the video and just check my position size, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just had to make some adjustments, and because of the duration of the video, I don't want to just have it recording while I'm marking that up. It's just from my own account size. All right, so when I swing trade, I risk a little bit more than when I day trade because I take a lot less swings throughout the week. So judging by the amount of of opportunity and pairs open, I will adjust my risk accordingly. On this one, I don't want to risk any more than 5% of my account, but I'm definitely risking much more than 1%. So just to hide my account size and my balance, I just don't want to share that publicly with people as of right now. But I did put my risk. It's about at 1.33920, a little above daily highs. We did get triggered in, and price is moving well on beyond that price point. I could actually trail it to daily highs right now, which I will do in just a moment because it's showing confirmation that sellers are coming in. Now I'm going to draw a profit target, and you all will see just how desirable of a risk to reward ratio my swing trades are when I do set it up. So just right here, I'm gonna bring this one down. It's gonna be right around here. So like I said, I'm not really trying to break down balances, count sizes, none of that. Okay, so but you can see I'm risking about 2,600 USD, which is about 17 points, and I'm going to bring this one down based off of the larger time frame. So here you go. You see my current trade that I have set up on US dollar Canada. Yes, I was able to take a trade in front of you all live in real time as the market is moving. Um, like I don't anticipate this. I don't predict this. If it happens while I'm recording, you all can see the reality and the real time trading that I do in front of you. This happened while I was recording and I just happened to have my orders, but you can see my reward is much greater than my risk. I'm risking about 20 pips and I'm going for about 100 pips. So that's about a 5 hour trade, about 5 to 1 reward to risk if this does play out in my favor. Um, if you all are interested in seeing how I get into my swing trades and how I manage my positions throughout the week, you can contact me. My private coaching link will be down below in the description box as well. But that is my trade setup. You can see how much more this trade is. You all want to see just the potential. Yes, it says 15,000 for 100 pips. That's just the reality of trading, y'all. I'm risking 2,600 for 15,000. About 5 hour trade. It's just what it is. Hey, if y'all want to understand how I trade, hit me up. If not, you can just look at my previous videos and see what happened. Look at US 30. Like I risked a tiny bit. I actually risked even smaller than that, and it went way on up. So don't just contradict me. Even Bitcoin, y'all seen in the past. Can't scroll back right now. I'm not interested too much, but even Bitcoin surged on up. So these rallies do happen quite often. So don't doubt it. Just understand. And if you have something against my bias, hey, go ahead and trade against it. Nothing wrong with trading against me. We're not enemies. Like this is not a competition. It's me versus me and you versus you. So if you have your own bias about the market, put your money on the line and have your own analysis. And hey, may the best direction win. Maybe we're both wrong. I'm not attaching ego to this trade. It's one and done. I said it and I forget, and I do come back to it later on. So that's US dollar Canada. Let's get on to GBP JPY. Looking at this 4 hour, we are on a bearish decline. I do like what I see. We have had a pause on the 4 hour bar, but as of right now, we're kind of stuck within an inside bar. I just put it like that. So unless I see the 5 minute showing a decline, we had a false breakout. So this downtrend to me is actually kind of over. I don't want to short it because we had a false break. You see right here, price came down, false break, pulled back deep. Now we're deep within. It's not a big range, but to me, if price is not continuing down, the trigger is a little bit too deep for me for GJ. So I may just leave it alone. We do have high impact news for GBP this week, so could shift the market. And on that 5 minute, that just kind of confirms my setups. I don't see anything valid, and I don't want to short this. I don't want to touch it. I'm definitely not bullish, and I'm just gonna leave it alone. I find better opportunity. It does look like it could be on the rise, though. It looks like a possible reversal. Um, I don't want to talk while I'm moving my cursor. My microphone on this computer is just kind of damaged. I have to either get the entire computer repaired, which I won't have my computer at that time, and I need to work on it. That's why I haven't fixed it. I have this Yeti Blue uh, microphone, and it's a professional microphone. I've had it for over a year now, but I lost the cord when I moved out here to China, and I just haven't found the store to buy the cord, so I have to order online. It's just a hassle. I'll have better audio quality in my future videos. For those of you that might hear a little bit of noise, it's just what it is right now. As long as you can hear me and understand me, that's what matters. It's about the analysis. I'm not here to be an influencer and get views. Let's move on to NZD CHF. Not a fan of this at all. This has been chopping around, very tight range for since late November, and I don't see anything credible for this pair. It just looks like a bunch of muck. I'm gonna leave this one alone. LVMH, very similar to Volkswagen. See the correlation. It is also a London Stock Exchange pair. This is indicating that maybe as a overall, the London stocks may start to see a rise. Maybe Euro might follow through as well. We'll see what happens. But I'm not touching this as of yet. Pullback was solid, but very similar to Volkswagen. Looks like it could go on up. I just don't like this current price. I don't like the way it's looking. Just leave it alone. But it does look pretty bullish to me. Nvidia, very similar. Well, it's a little bit different, but I'm gonna leave this one alone as well. I don't like the current price action. Tesla, same thing. I don't like the price action on this. Meta, don't like it. CAD JPY, looks like price had a false breakout south, and we are just chopping around. Leave it alone. Got the 5 minute. I can't even get in. This has been going on a tight range the entire weekday since Sunday open. I have a few more. I'm gonna skip through these really fast. So here we go. Silver. Don't like silver at the moment. It hasn't triggered to the downside early enough. It does look like it could possibly drop, but not something I'm interested in. And I'm gonna leave that one alone. Gold. Yeah, we have a decline on gold. I just don't like it. I see better price action elsewhere. I'm gonna leave gold alone as well. Uh, looks like we could continue dropping possibly, but we have some conflict. You can actually see my orders on gold. I actually did have a short right here, and then I bought it back down there for some profit. I got stopped out at first. Show y'all my last video, couple videos ago. A lot of hours passed by since then, but just to show transparency, show y'all what happened. If you're learning from someone that can't read price action and don't know how to own up to their mistakes, run the other way because you're gonna be confused as well. Where is it at? Can't find it. The 8th of December. Hold on, it's been a while. Over November. Okay, here we go. So okay, so I sold it right here, but I had it at my stop loss a little premature. It was like right below the stop out level. Spread along with just the volatility of price at the time came up, hit my stop loss, and then went down. But my overall bias was still right. I was just a little too tight on my stop, and I could blame it on the fact that I was recording the video, but reality, it was not the proper stop in the video, but it did go back in my favor. I found the second entry later in the day, and I did get in on that for a really nice, favorable winner. You can see my loss compared to what I won several times over. So that was gold. Right now, I'm going to leave it alone. Russell 2000, y'all seen how my previous last week's video, it did hit its target as of recently. But right now, I just don't like the look of it. It did hit its target. It has a little pullback now. It looks like a possible continuation north on the Russell 2000. On that daily chart, we are hitting some looks like yearly highs, at least 6 month highs, and we can see that price is bullish. But these indexes, I like to trade them based off of the daily. I don't really like the 4 hour. Another reason why is because that could happen, and I closed it right before FOMC as well. These type of trades, I like to trade the daily because if I'm swing trading, something like the FOMC comes up, it might move the market like 100 points. And using a daily chart, I can have my stop loss not affected, and y'all can see like even like that. Go back. Even that day, if I was in this, price only went back what 1%, and then it rose and went up 6%. So if I did have a stop loss based off the daily, realistically, my stop loss would have been right below 1858, and it would not have been touched. And price took off after that. Just so I can avoid news, I like to trade these indexes off of the daily. I'll trade other things off the 4 hour like Forex, but stocks and indices, I'll trade off the daily. Almost done. FTSE UK 100. Not interested in this right now. Bank of America. Nice, beautiful rally. I did call this out in the previous video. If you could see my uptrend lines that I drew from before. I was projecting this to go towards the upside. I just didn't like the pullback at the time, but it definitely continued on moving up. And hey, that would have been a very favorable target. So all of these trades did hit the target from last week's video, and you can see it's living proof as I'm recording it in the current time, going back to the last video. If you don't believe me, go to the last video and please watch it, and you can see my analysis is on point. I even discuss my losses in front of you, so it's not like I'm building an ego. I just broke that down for y'all. Let's get on to Verizon or Visa, sorry, because we have an AT&T on this as well. So I got it mixed up, but I'm not interested in this. Zoom, nope, not interested. Looks like we had a current whipsaw, and price stop loss would have been at 71.10 if I was long on this. Although that was a pretty interesting trade because that would have hit target. It's going to show y'all right here. I would have been in probably right here. Stop loss would have probably been right around 0.88, and I would have went for 1.6, and that went about 3 times that. So that was a very nice trade. It all happened within a day, so that would have been a quick in and out trade. Like I said, these are explosive setups that I trade, so it happens pretty quickly. Let's get on to Alibaba. It's been a pretty shitty year for Alibaba. I don't like this pair right now. Maybe next year it has a possible opportunity. Ferrari, I told y'all from last week, a couple weeks ago actually, that it was going to be moving up, but I did not like the way it was small waves on up. And after every small wave, there was like corrections. And now we actually finally see a strong correction, bringing us into a deep range. You can see right here. I'm going to mark this one on off as well. And yeah, we are currently in a range on Ferrari. I'm going to leave this one alone. Let's get on Amazon. Nothing. I don't like it. Lastly, UJ. UJ had a nice decline to the downside. It was it was pretty attractive. So yeah, it was a valid one. Just don't really like the way it moved sideways, and then that moved sideways around the 7th of December, and it had a false break to the south side, and then it went on up. And yeah, it was a deep pullback. So if you did sell that from 145.9 around that area, yeah, you'd be deep in the money. But for me, there was a lot of fake moves before that, and then we had FOMC last week, which kind of pushed it on down. Now we're testing these lows like the other JPY pairs I broke down. Looks like a potential false breakout. The sellers are exhausted, and we could continue our drop to the downside. But as of right now, I'm not interested in this type of setup to see too much whipsawing around. So I'll leave it alone. And that's it. That is it. Let's go to CJ just so I can compare them. And let's go on to GJ real quick. show y'all all the JPY pairs once again. That's why I like trading one JPY pair at a time. They're all pretty much, a lot of them just correlate with one another. You can see this one also had a false breakout, and that's how I can kind of confirm certain things as well. Correlations are very big in the markets, and you can see UJ, GJ, they both kind of correlate. So yeah, that's about it. A little bit over the 30-minute mark, but it's totally fine. Those of you that have time, I appreciate you for watching my weekly technical breakdown. I have one trade that I entered as of today. I'll show you all in just a moment. I also want to break down a message to those of you that are still around, and that is about just the trading process. And we are at the end of the year, so this is my last message of the year for you. Um, it is a journey. It is a journey, and we are all in this race together, independently, of course, but we are all in the same race. Some people like to sprint, and they end up with crazy failures later on. Some people like to do the marathon, but they never actually finish. And very little actually take the marathon and finish. And finishing is not a destination either. It's just a milestone saying, hey, I'm consistently profitable. I know how to read price action. I'm a disciplined trader, and I'm making money doing this. So that's kind of more of just a milestone, not a destination. So when you do finish the marathon, it does continue, like Nipsey Hussle would say. Marathon continues, and you know, many people, they have lots of experience but very little learning. And it is possible to have 10 years of experience by just repeating the same mistakes 10 years in a row. So you can have people that are just trading for 5 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter, but they're making the same mistake year after year. A lot of it has to do with their ego or their lack of discipline or a lack of focus or lack of practice. There's a lot of variables that come into play, which is why from the beginning of my teaching and my lessons and my coaching, I do tell y'all we focus on psychology first before the technicals, because that is one of that is like the single most important part of trading is your psychology. Technicals are pretty simple. You just have to master them. And that goes into the next thing I'm saying. You have to choose a game to master if you ever want to win. That's why my name on IG is Forex Master. Pick a game to master. I chose trading. I chose day trading and swing trading, scalping. I wanted to master these if I want to win the game, if I want to continue playing. And being a winner does not mean that the game is over. Being a winner just means that I can actually reap the benefits of a winner, like normal sports. If you're winning in sports, you're getting trophies, you're getting paid, you're getting, endorsements and sponsorships. And same thing with trading. You get paid, you get endorsed and sponsored by multiple outlets and publication magazines, and you get capital to trade with. It goes on, but there's a lot more rewards for being a consistent winner. Some people, they just predict and they want to fulfill the ego, and they think that a few trades is going to set them up for life. And that is literally gambling, because they're predicting, they're not having a self-sustainable outcome. And hey, if they do get lucky, they think that's going to feed them for life. And so they have the false they have a false deception in their mind, making them believe that they have to bet a lot in order to make a lot. And that's just them, and they repeat the same mistake because they're not focused on the right thing. They're focused on the desirable outcome of a winner. I'm gonna leave an article down below. I actually will show y'all in just a moment. It's called "Shooting in the Gym." I wrote it over a year ago, and it has a lot to talk about with this concept. But to end this video, continue your journey. It's the end of the year. You look back at the beginning of the year, how many people started out in the gym and how many people are still in the gym. Same thing with trading, same thing with life. Look into the next couple weeks when the New Year's come around and people are fat and stuffed up from vacation. See how packed these gyms are going to be. Take note of what I just said. Give it a few months, you're gonna start seeing people fall off after the first week, after the first month, after the first quarter, first half. By the end of the year, you're gonna have the ones that actually continued and stood consistent to build their bodies and their health. Same thing with trading. I'm still here. I've been here for years and I've been improving. You go back to my older videos, you can actually see how far I've came in my analysis and my breakdowns and my accuracy and my precision. So, hey, I've been working on it daily, every single day, Sunday through Sunday. I take days off as well. I take breaks from the chart. I do that as well in moderation, but I've been consistently, constantly putting the work in. And this is why I'm able to still be here and be more confident and confirmed with my setups and my trading as of today. So let's go on to US dollar Canada. Kind of just want to see what's going on here. I am triggered in, and we can see that right now. Just got triggered in as of the past 5 minutes, but I don't know what's going to happen. Y'all will just have to follow up with me. If you look at this video and it says 3 hours ago, come back and see my entry. It's 1.33710. Eastern Standard Time. It's currently 12:41 a.m. But this is just my broker time, and then my broker time is different from my current time. Lastly, I want to get onto that article. As I said, the article is called "Shooting in the Gym." I have a new one. It's called "Why We Make Trading Mistakes and How to Fix Our Mental Errors and Conflicting Beliefs." This was my most recent one I posted. That was posted late last week. So for those of you that haven't viewed it, I'm going to leave a link in the description below as well to this one. Let's get to the shooting in the gym one. Okay, give me a moment. Shooting in the gym. See, I blog often. I do. It's something I like to do. It leaves a paper trail. You can also see I have archives. Yeah, I wrote this last year, so let me see. So much stuff I wrote, right? Previous. Give me a moment so I can find it. Okay, here we go. Shooting in the gym. So this was one I wrote in 2020. So you can see I wrote this 3 years ago. Exactly 3 years ago, November of 2020. You can see the date, timestamp on all my archived blogs that I really do this. But yeah, outcome versus procedure, being a champion is highly desirable. Visual outcomes of a long-term difficult process. The journey isn't attractive, but it's essential. So a lot of stuff I covered recently in this video, you can actually see it's in this post. I'm gonna leave it in the description below. And lastly, if you're interested in my private mentoring, I do provide private mentoring. It's not cheap, but you can click on that private mentoring right there, and you can be redirected to the tab. Please do not pay for this right away. Contact me first. I have to screen you to make sure that we are compatible with the coach. And yeah, then we can go into the purchasing. And lastly, if you click on the Forex stock tab, you can see my daily updates of my day trade breakdowns. I also leave archives of my videos down below of my real-time trading from this year and my weekly technical breakdowns. It's all down below, all archived for y'all. So hopefully y'all got some insight from this. And yeah, these day trading, I'm just showing my evolution of a day trader. You can see that I have wins, I have losses, but I get better, and I show everything from start to finish. So if you're interested in that, just click on that tab. If you have any other questions, contact me via email or one of my social media platforms. Make sure it's my official one. A lot of them, you can actually see the stories archived in them. Fake accounts, they can't really archive stories with timestamps. So just like my blogs, my stories have the time of when I created them. So you can see it's actually my page. But that's about it. Everything is here. Y'all have a safe week, safe trading, and good luck. Peace. Lastly, I just want to show y'all that 5 minute close. But yeah, happy holidays, happy new year. I'll see y'all next year. For those of y'all that celebrate Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. And yeah, I'm gonna just yeah, it's gonna be looks like a pretty light week. So one trade, one pair, and yeah, it's either gonna win or lose. I'm not predicting. Everything is properly risk, properly managed, and I also have my day trading in a couple hours. So that kind of makes up for a lot of my profits throughout the week as well. Because if I only have one swing trade, I could still day trade every day. Um, Most days, unless it's a bank holiday, I do day trade on a daily for about 1 to 1.5 hours a day. Yeah, that's about it. Happy holidays. Stay blessed, y'all. Peace.